You look so irresistible tonight, especially when the walls come down and all you leave is yourself. There's something magnetic about you, especially when you let yourself be seen, bare, and unapologetic. You look dangerous, especially when you slowly let go of everything that hides your fire. The way you move, the way you reveal yourself. It makes my heart skip, my mind race. You don't even realize how captivating you are, especially when nothing stands between us but desire. The moment your clothes fall away, your confidence takes over, and it's impossible not to stare. You look so powerful, so alive, especially when the world sees only your truth, nothing else. There's an art to the way you strip away the barriers, and I can't look away. You look dangerous in the best way possible, especially when the night catches you in your own skin. I'm drawn to every inch of you, especially when the walls disappear and only you remain. You have a way of being untouchable until you decide to let your guard fall. There's a hunger in the way you reveal yourself, and I can't resist being caught in it. You look so hypnotic tonight, especially when every movement is raw, real, and completely yours. The world fades away the second you let yourself be nothing but desire. You look so alive, especially when every secret you hold comes to the surface in whispers. The air changes when you let yourself be seen, and I'm trapped in the way you move. You look so unforgettable, especially when nothing hides your fire, your curves, your essence. There's a thrill in watching you, especially when you let go of everything but the now. You look so untamed, especially when every layer falls away and you own the room. There's a magnetic pull when you reveal yourself. It's impossible to ignore, impossible to resist. You look breathtaking, especially when you take it off and leave only desire in the air. The way you let yourself be seen, it's intoxicating, dangerous, and I'm completely hooked. You look so alive tonight, especially when vulnerability and power collide in your presence. There's a fire in you, especially when every layer is gone, and you shine untamed. You look hypnotizing, especially when the night is yours, and nothing conceals your energy. There's a rhythm in your body that commands attention, especially when stripped of all pretenses. You look like temptation itself, especially when everything else fades, leaving only you. Every move you make, every glance, it's sex, power, and raw beauty rolled into one. You look so seductive tonight, especially when you surrender to your own presence. The moment you shed the mask, the world changes, and I can't look away. You look so alive, especially when confidence flows through every curve, every breath. There's a quiet power in you, especially when nothing holds you back, nothing hides your essence. You look so captivating, especially when the heat between us becomes impossible to ignore. You leave me breathless, especially when the night allows you to reveal every secret. You look unforgettable tonight, especially when nothing stands between us but raw energy and desire. There's a sensual rhythm in your presence, especially when the night matches your fire. You look so tempting, especially when your essence is fully yours, fully revealed. There's a thrill in watching you, especially when every layer fades into pure magnetism. You look so intoxicating, especially when the night bends around your presence. You're a force of nature, especially when nothing hides your power, your curves, your fire. You look so alive, especially when your confidence outshines everything else in the room. Every glance you give, every motion, it's seduction without effort, desire without apology. You look like pure temptation, especially when the night bends to your aura. You look so magnetic tonight, especially when vulnerability and seduction collide in your presence. The world stops, especially when you reveal yourself, raw and untamed. You look so powerful, especially when your fire shines through every layer, every move. There's a quiet thrill in watching you, especially when nothing hides your truth. You look unforgettable, especially when you allow your essence to dominate the room. There's a dangerous elegance in you, especially when the night sees only your skin, your fire. You look hypnotic tonight, especially when every inch of you speaks volumes without a word. There's a magnetic energy about you, especially when you let it breathe, when it's unrestrained. You look so alive, especially when the world fades and only your presence remains. There's a heat in the way you move, especially when the night embraces your fire. You look seductive, especially when every secret, every desire becomes visible in your aura. There's an untamed beauty in you, especially when nothing conceals your raw essence. You look dangerously beautiful, especially when every piece of fabric falls away, leaving only temptation. I can't stop thinking about you, especially when the night catches you in your own skin. There's a fire in your presence, especially when you let every inch of yourself be seen. You look so alive tonight, especially when confidence drips from every curve, every movement. The way you let yourself be exposed, it makes the air around us electric. You look irresistible, especially when the night bends to your energy and your desire. I get lost in you, especially when the world fades and only your body remains. You look breathtaking, especially when nothing stands between us but raw intensity. Every inch of you is a story, especially when you reveal it without hesitation. You look so tempting tonight, especially when every glance speaks of unspoken passion. There's a rhythm in the way you undress. It makes my heart beat faster. You look intoxicating, especially when every move, every sigh is purely yours. I can't look away, especially when the night witnesses your raw, untamed beauty. You look like fire, especially when nothing hides the heat you carry inside. There's a magnetic pull, especially when every piece you remove draws me closer. You look hypnotic, especially when the moment strips away everything but desire. I feel consumed, especially when your presence is unveiled in all its truth. You look so alive tonight, especially when vulnerability and confidence collide in your gaze. Every movement of yours, every revelation, it keeps me captivated. You look so dangerous, especially when the night gives you permission to be yourself. There's an energy in you, especially when every layer disappears and only essence remains. You look unforgettable, especially when nothing conceals the fire that lives in you. I'm mesmerized, especially when you move like the world is watching only you. You look irresistible tonight, especially when the night catches you revealing your true self. There's a pulse in your presence, especially when you shed every barrier around you. You look so alluring, especially when your body and soul become one with the night. I can't escape you, especially when every glance is heavy with unspoken desire. You look untamed, especially when the night becomes your playground of seduction. There's a thrill in watching you, especially when every inch of you commands attention. You look breathtaking, especially when nothing hides the fire that radiates from within. I'm drawn in, especially when the walls fall and only your essence remains. You look so magnetic tonight, especially when your presence leaves everyone else invisible. There's a heat in the air, especially when every piece of you is revealed. You look hypnotizing, especially when your confidence outshines the darkness around us. I can't stop thinking, especially when the night captures your body and your spirit. You look so tempting, especially when every glance is heavy with desire. There's an energy about you, especially when every layer you remove commands the room. You look unforgettable tonight, especially when your presence is raw, real, and untamed. I'm captivated, especially when the night bends to your sensual rhythm. You look like fire, especially when vulnerability and power collide in your essence. There's a magnetism in you, especially when the night witnesses your unveiled beauty. You look irresistible, especially when every move is poetry in motion. I can't stop staring, especially when the air itself surrenders to your presence. You look so alive, especially when every barrier falls and only you remain. There's a dangerous beauty in you, especially when the night sees you unmasked. You look intoxicating, especially when the tension in the air is impossible to ignore. I feel consumed, especially when your essence dominates every corner of the room. You look hypnotic tonight, especially when every inch of you exudes confidence and fire. There's a pulse in your presence, especially when every movement reveals your unspoken desires. You look so seductive, especially when nothing hides the power you carry within. I can't resist, especially when every glance, every sigh pulls me closer. You look untamed, especially when the night allows your true self to shine. There's a thrill in watching you, especially when every layer falls and you become irresistible. You look unforgettable, especially when your energy consumes the space around you. I'm drawn to you, especially when every move is heavy with intention and allure. You look like temptation, especially when the night bends entirely to your aura. There's a rhythm in your body, especially when every inch is revealed without shame. You look dangerously sexy, especially when the night gives you permission to be all of you. I can't look away, especially when every layer you remove ignites a fire I can't control.